The countdown has already started. For decades, American gun owners believed that staying quiet, following basic rules, and minding their own business was enough to stay legal. That belief is now becoming dangerous. New federal rules, digital permit databases, and court interpretations are reshaping how firearm laws are enforced. And in 2026, those changes accelerate in ways that most carriers are completely unprepared for. Across the country, lawful permit holders are already being fined, arrested, and losing their firearms over paperwork errors, timing mistakes, and misunderstood requirements that were once treated as minor technicalities. What used to be a warning is now a charge. What used to be a delay is now evidence. In the next few weeks, 5 confirmed firearm law changes will begin taking effect that directly impact concealed carry holders, home defense owners, and everyday buyers. These are not proposals. These are active laws with deadlines, penalties, and permanent records attached to them. Subscribe to our channel and tap the like button because staying informed is how you stay legal. Here are the 5 confirmed gun law updates coming in 2026 that could directly affect your concealed carry rights. Chapter 1. NFA fee is gone, but the felony is still there. For nearly a century, the $200 NFA tax stamp acted as both a financial barrier and a psychological warning sign. Many gun owners assumed that once the fee was removed, the restrictions would soften. That assumption is now creating felony records. Beginning in 2026, the federal government will officially remove the NFA tax stamp fee for suppressors and other regulated firearms. While this lowers the cost of entry, it does not remove registration, approval, fingerprinting, background checks, or federal possession rules. Ownership becomes cheaper, but enforcement becomes no less severe. In a 2025 Florida case, a homeowner purchased a suppressor through a private seller, believing that the removal of federal fees also removed registration obligations. After a noise complaint, officers discovered the unregistered device during a lawful inspection. Federal charges were filed for possession of an unregistered NFA firearm. He avoided prison only by surrendering the suppressor and paying thousands in legal fees. The $200 NFA fee is eliminated in 2026. Federal registration remains mandatory. Private purchases are still federally regulated. Unregistered possession remains a federal felony. The fee removal created the illusion of freedom, but not the reality of it. The courts are treating registration failures the same as before. Saving money no longer protects you from federal prosecution. Precision now matters more than ever. Chapter 2. Paperwork now carries prison time. Paperwork was treated by many gun buyers as a formality. Boxes were checked quickly, questions were skimmed, and mistakes were often brushed aside as clerical issues. That era has ended. Federal sentencing rules quietly changed in late 2025, and the consequences are now measured in years of prison time. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives now cross-references purchase forms with financial records, social media activity, surveillance footage, and law enforcement databases. What used to be difficult to prove is now being documented digitally. Prosecutors are no longer warning buyers. They are charging them. In a 2024 Georgia case, a woman entered a gun store with her boyfriend, who was prohibited from owning firearms due to a restraining order. Surveillance footage showed him selecting the handgun while she completed the purchase form. Federal prosecutors charged both parties. She was sentenced to 18 months in federal prison for a straw purchase offense. Straw purchases now carry longer federal prison sentences. False statements on purchase forms are felony offenses. Financial and social media records are now used as evidence. Gifting firearms is still regulated by federal law. Paperwork errors are no longer paperwork problems. They are criminal investigations. What feels like helping someone can now permanently alter your future. Chapter 3. Colorado Training. Permits are now gatekeepers. Colorado has quietly changed how firearms are legally purchased within its borders. The state no longer views safety training as a recommendation. It is now a gatekeeper that determines who may take possession of certain firearms. This shift is reshaping how ownership begins and how long it takes to become legal. Beginning August 2026, anyone purchasing a semi-automatic firearm in Colorado must complete a state-approved safety training course and obtain a permit before taking possession. Existing owners are grandfathered, but new purchases without the permit trigger criminal penalties. Training now controls access. In a 2025 Denver case, a man purchased a semi-automatic rifle through a private seller without completing the required training. During a routine traffic stop, the firearm was discovered in his vehicle. His purchase was voided, he was fined, and his future firearm purchases were delayed by court review. State-approved safety training is now mandatory. Permits must be obtained before taking possession. Existing owners are grandfathered. Permits must be renewed every 5 years. Training certificates are no longer optional credentials. They are becoming proof of lawful access. Possession without preparation now carries consequences. Chapter 4. Kentucky Extreme Risk Protection Orders. Kentucky is implementing one of the most aggressive extreme risk protection order laws in the country. These orders allow firearms to be seized and concealed, carry permits to be suspended before a full hearing ever takes place. The system is designed for speed, not for explanation. Beginning February 1, 2026, family members, former partners, household members, and law enforcement officers can petition the court to issue an emergency risk order. If approved, all firearms must be surrendered within 24 hours. The permit holder is disarmed first and heard later. In a 2024 Louisville case, a former partner filed an emergency petition following a domestic argument. Police served the order within 12 hours and seized all firearms from the residence. Although the order was later dismissed, the firearms were not returned for over 4 months. Emergency orders can be issued before a hearing. Firearms must be surrendered within 24 hours. Concealed carry permits are suspended immediately. Orders can last up to 1 year. The first contact many permit holders will receive is a knock at the door. At that point, your rights are already paused. Understanding this law helps protect both your rights and your future. Chapter 5. Proposed National Concealed Carry Reciprocity. Every year, millions of concealed carriers legally travel with their firearms, believing their permits protect them wherever they go. In reality, every state line can quietly change its legal status. A valid permit in one state can become an unlawful possession charge in the next. National Concealed Carry Reciprocity has been proposed in Congress, but it is not law. Until it passes and survives court challenges, current reciprocity maps still control who is legal and who is not. Arrests continue to occur because many carriers rely on outdated assumptions. In a 2024 New Jersey case, a Pennsylvania permit holder was stopped during a routine traffic stop and disclosed his concealed firearm. Although fully licensed in his home state, New Jersey did not recognize his permit. He was arrested for unlawful possession and spent 2 nights in jail before charges were later reduced. Reciprocity rules vary by state. Valid home state permits may not be recognized. Arrests still occur during routine stops. National reciprocity remains only a proposal. Every border crossing still carries legal risk. Until federal law changes, your permit only protects you where your state allows it. Always verify reciprocity before crossing state lines. The law has already changed. Gun laws are no longer changing slowly. They are sifting through court rulings, digital databases, and enforcement guidelines that most owners never see until charges are filed. The safest gun owner in 2026 will not be the most confident. It will be the most informed. Mark the key. 2026 dates on your calendar. Review your state rules, verify reciprocity before you travel, subscribe to the channel so you stay ahead of the law instead of learning about it in a courtroom. Share this with every responsible gun owner you know because information now protects freedom.